So, good day, students. In this particular lecture, we will be discussing about types of standards. So, standards play an important role in metrology. What is a standard? Standard is the acceptable measuring value for any measuring quantity. So, for example, we measure length in different quantities, using different quantities. We measure length in meter, we measure length in feet, we measure length in inches. So also use hand for measurement, foot, yard. So like that, there are different measuring instruments. Similarly, mile. There are very numerous ways you can measure length. But what is a standard for measurement? Why there is need for standardization? So that's an important question. Why you should have a measuring standard? So as I said, you can measure length using different things. So you can measure land. For example, you are measuring a land. It can be measured in terms of square feet, square meter, acre, cent. So like the different measuring values are there. So why you need a standard value? The reason being, you have to have a acceptable standard throughout the world. So need for that arose after Industrial Revolution, because when globalization takes place, what happens is that you are importing or exporting quantity from different countries. So what you are using here may not be used in some places. For example, cloth may be measured in feet in our country, but in some other country, feet may not even be recognized. So arose the need for standardization. Every value has to be acceptable by everyone. So that's when standard units came into place. SI unit you are saying. So standard units came into place because of such difficulties. So every value has to be accepted. So SI unit of length, if I ask you, say it is meter. So reason for fixing meter is this. Similarly, SI unit for weight is kilogram, and liquid can be measured using liters. So those are called as standard units, which are accepted throughout the world. Anywhere you go, you can have these standard units. So reason behind this. And similarly, land can be measured in terms of square meters. You see your land deed, there it will be measured in terms of meter only, standardization. Though we can say it in terms of acres or cent, etc., but the land deed, it will be measured and denoted in the diagram into the form of meter only, because it has to be recognized and accepted by everyone. So that's the need for standardization. So now comes the question. You have said standard unit for length is meter. So how much is a meter? Who defined a meter? Who said that this particular quantity is 1 meter? So that's the next big question. Similarly, what is 1 kilogram? How much is 1 kilogram exactly? How can I know that this is 1 kilogram perfectly? You go to a shop, they give you 1 kg of rice. So how can you be sure that that is 1 kg? You can measure with the help of a measuring scale. But how can you know that the measuring scale is showing 1 kg perfectly? If you take a smaller example, for example, you are taking drugs, medicine. So there, accuracy plays a major role. There, as we can see, the measuring drug value would be in terms of milligrams. So there, accuracy plays a vital role. How can you determine this is per 1 milligram perfectly? How can you calibrate the measuring instrument? How can you know this particular value is 1 milligram? Who determined this? Who determined this? So like these questions arises. So who determines the standards? How we can define the standard? So that's an important and interesting topic which we'll discuss in the upcoming lectures. So standardization is nothing but fixing a standard value, acceptable value, so that it is recognized throughout the world. So how we are fixing those standards, we will see in the upcoming lecture videos. So I hope you understood the need for standards. So coming to the next lecture series, I would like you to go through how a meter is defined or how a kilogram is defined. So I hope you understood this. Thank you. We'll see in the next lecture.